Receive video of the moment that shot rang out. We heard from our Aaron Katursky, Bob, that reports say that possibly that bullet hitting Charlie Kirk's neck.
Welcome back to the channel. Pointing out politics. This one's tough. I just received the news about Charlie Kirk. Wanted to share what I found with you all. This one hit pretty hard, and I think we just go ahead and get into it. Some of the stories about the event, if you haven't heard yet, Charlie Kirk was shot. I'll share my thoughts on this along the way, and the bulk of my commentary will come at the end.
Now, let's start with this new statement from Utah Valley University. We had a speaker, Charlie Kirk, invited by a student group, Turning Point USA, speaking on campus today at noon. At about 12:20, shots were fired from a building about 200 yards from the speaker. Now, this is new. According to the best of our knowledge, the individual was hit and was taken away immediately by his security personnel. That individual, of course, is Charlie Kirk. Campus is closed for the rest of the day, and our campus police have a suspect in custody. So that is new information. 200 from a building, 200 yards from the shooter is the newest information from the university, and obviously the investigation is just beginning in all of this. Joining me now by phone, Fox News, Fox and Friends weekend co-host Charlie Hurt. He co-hosted the show with Charlie Kirk just a few weeks ago here in New York, and is a friend, someone who knows him well. Charlie.
Before we go there, does any of this sound familiar? Right? I tell you, who do you see typically behind BS like this? What type of politically thinking individuals usually are responsible for this? Let's continue.
Welcome.
Indeed, Martha. I count him as a very, very good friend, and I am absolutely shocked. And obviously, as you and all of your coverage so far have pointed out, this is just absolutely heartbreaking. And our prayers go out to Charlie and his beautiful family. It was just about an hour ago, actually, I was on the phone with Jason talking about other things. Jason Chaffetz talking about other things, and he told me that he was there waiting for Charlie Kirk and said there like 2,000 people have gathered on this beautiful day just to hear Charlie Kirk speak. And the description he gave was so beautiful. I asked him to send a picture of it to me, and he took a picture and sent it to me, and I showed it to my wife. We were driving somewhere, and I said, this is the kind of crowd that Charlie Kirk brings on a college campus. And as Jackie was just pointing out, Charlie is the best of America. Charlie is the kind of guy that likes to talk, likes to engage with people, and engage with people who aren't normally as active in politics as they should be or might be. And he's done it so brilliantly. And he is the best of what we have to offer. And the idea that something like this would happen to him, the reason our country works is because of people like Charlie Kirk. And the only way our country doesn't work is when people resort to violence in order to silence people like Charlie Kirk. And so right now I am praying for Charlie and his beautiful family, and I'm praying for our country too.
Yeah.
My thoughts exactly. My condolences to his family, his friends. You gotta wonder what this country's coming to, where it just seems like it's becoming more and more common for someone to want to just silence someone's voice when you don't have a good argument, when you can't argue with the substance or the facts of someone's argument. You don't even want to have a discussion anymore. That somehow, some way, you think it's okay and necessary and right to take a person's life because they disagree with you politically.
Talk to us a little bit about the impact of Turning Point on the last elections. And, we've seen the youth vote young men in particular really migrate over the past 10 years towards President Trump and towards conservatism on American campuses. So talk to us about that, Charlie.
And I think a lot of it has also to do with the idea that there was so much, especially on college campuses, that you're not allowed to talk about, and that there is so much indoctrination on college campuses today. And Charlie Kirk recognized that. He recognized it very early, and he recognized that he recognized it in a very personal way too, which is why he quit college. He spent enough time in college to realize that this was indoctrination. He wasn't like learning the great things you're supposed to learn when you go to college, and so he quit. And I've always admired that so much about him, that he walked away from college because he recognized how and we shouldn't say this about every teacher out there and every college out there, but for the vast majority of these places, it is about indoctrination today. And he recognized that, and he walked away from it. And he also recognized an opportunity as a young man. I mean, he was like 18 when he started to recognize the importance of actually reaching those students who were like, who had been sort of shunted to the side in this indoctrination effort. And he talked to them in a very mature way, the way if you're going to have a democracy, if you're going to have a country, a republic, where we are self-governed, you have to have people who are informed, and you have to have people who are educated and people who can have debates. And Charlie met them at that spot, and he did it better than anybody I've ever known. And he reached them, and because he treated them as grown-ups, as intelligent people, and talked about the things that a lot of college professors didn't want them talking about, he reached them in a very powerful way. And that's why come 2024 in the last election, I would say that there's probably no person outside of President Trump himself who is more important at helping President Trump reach those people he needed to win re-election. I don't think there was anybody who was more important than Charlie Kirk was, and it was all because he believes in debate, and he believes in engaging people in the democratic process, which is what we're all about.
Well said. Charlie, thank you very much. We'll come back to you.
That is so frustrating to me. Again, it hits on so many different levels. College is supposed to be where you go to learn how to think, not what to think, to learn how to think, to be able to take different information, sources of information, inputs, opinions, values, things of that, and weigh them out. Not being told what to think about them, but how to think about them, how to come to your own conclusions, validate other conclusions, or find out where other arguments are weak, and then explore that. That's what college is supposed to be about. That and learning structured information, factual information, technical information, rather than being taught to feel a certain way, have certain emotions. This is what we see running rampant across the country. Just, I think it's outside of this country as well, maybe even more so, but just running rampant. And now you have these people who just can't get there. They can't reconcile that. And the truth hurts. And the truth is painful. And they think a valid way of quashing that pain is by shooting somebody, right? And my understanding is that the killer said that he would do it again. If given an opportunity, he would do it again.
As our Aaron Katersky was describing, you could actually see blood pouring out. We did hear straight from Charlie Kirk's organization that he co-founded, Turning Point USA, that he is in the hospital, and they are all praying for him. Prayers coming from the President of the United States to those involved in his organization, those that have been on the tour with him. Aaron Katersky, anything new that you have learned as we will continue, of course, to hit the top of the hour here? We're trying to get as much information as possible about the condition of Charlie Kirk after being shot there on the university campus in Utah.
It seemed, according to eyewitness accounts and by law enforcement experts who have viewed the video, to be a very difficult injury from the single shot that struck Charlie Kirk. So everyone in the administration is sending prayers for his survival and well-being, but everyone is also braced for what could be some difficult news, Kira, because the single shot struck Charlie Kirk. Eyewitnesses said they saw a lot of blood coming from him, and then they all scattered. Now the university is urging everyone to leave campus to allow police to conduct the investigation. The suspect that was taken into custody, according to eyewitness accounts, was heard screaming, "I do it again," described as an older male wearing a blue shirt, someone who has white hair, but we've heard nothing else about the suspect, if it is indeed himself or his condition. So far, the local police have said nothing. It's only the university that's now urging everyone to clear out of campus, Kira.
I did read through some of the comments on some of the videos that were posted, and some of them, I guess, gave me a little bit of hope. I saw people who were obviously on the left, liberal in their views. Obviously, Charlie Kirk was on the right and conservative in his views. But I saw people saying that no matter what their political affiliation, no matter what the leanings were, this is not okay. That made me feel a little bit better that, you know, that people are, people see how bad and how wrong this is, regardless of what side of the aisle they're on. But I'm sure there will be those who decide that it's either okay or it's cute to produce content that kind of justifies the action or excuses the action. There'll be some who try to pass this off as, well, obviously the person had some type of mental condition. A lot of excuses being made for someone who can do something like this. I'm sure I'll see that too. But the comments that, you know, that basically condemned that action coming from both sides gave me a little bit of hope, you know, for America. This last part will dive into some more details of exactly what happened and how his life was taken from him.
Receive video of the moment that shot rang out. We heard from our Aaron Katursky, Bob, that reports say that possibly that bullet hitting Charlie Kirk's neck.
Yeah, you know, I wish I was bringing you a video with under better circumstances, but I wanted to share this for those who didn't know. Like I said, I just found out. I'm pretty sure it'll make the news cycle pretty heavy, but some folks don't really watch the news. Some folks just watch YouTube, and depending on the algorithm, it might be a while before you find out. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that information. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Till next time, take care of yourself. Peace.